On The Fan, we love to tell a story, and here we are at the SCG with now retired Sam Burgess. Welcome to the show.
Vossy,
at high expense. The reason I wanted to have you on, I remember as an Australian going to Wembley for the first time, the great Wembley Stadium. You as an Englishman coming to a famous Australian ground like the Sydney Cricket Ground. Would I be right in saying 2010, your first year in the NRL, was the first time you'd ever been to the ground?
Yes, that's correct. West Tigers. We played the Tigers here early in the season, it was, I think.
Yes, it was. Look, by my count, it was your 9th game in first grade in the NRL.
I think you would know more than me with that. But having said that, I'd seen the game in 2009 where West Tigers played South here, and Nathan Merritt kicked the field goal from the sideline almost.
Well, they've got to take it now. This is the last play game. Craig Wing wants it. They're coming through. He had to reach.
It's gone to Nathan Merritt. Nathan Merritt takes a shot. Nathan Merritt has kicked the field goal. Nathan Merritt made it look so simple.
So there's a bit of a lead up into the game here. It's like round, well, if it was round 9, then playing West Tigers, obviously Gareth Ellis on the other team, and we rolled them that day, I think.
And it's not long after the cricket season, so the centre square is there. You do have a very strong memory, or perhaps not such a strong memory, of being introduced to the centre square.
Yeah, well, being an English teammate, Gareth Ellis decided to say, Sam, look, the ground's hard, and he slammed my head into it, which days me. I stood up and played the ball sideways nearly. But it actually finished my night. I came off early, and I didn't end up getting back on. So that was my first introduction to the SCG. Gareth Ellis knocking me out on the square.
All right, just try and wind the clock back to that, because when you talk about the SCG, we're not too far away from the dressing rooms. You know, you think of all the great English sports people that have been here. Obviously, cricketers that have represented here, but in rugby league, the old Ashes tests would be here. So much history. Can you recall being hit by the history of the place?
Yeah, well, it's pretty special, you know. I mean, as you walk through the crowd, and you come into the sheds here, and you know, some of the fans are sat like right in front of the change room, so it's a different experience altogether. And you know, you're looking around all the history boards in there, you're seeing the famous cricketers, the Tendulkars, you know, I mean, you're Sachin Tendulkar. You see all the English cricket in there, the 5-wicket hauls, the 100 run innings. Yeah, so it's just littered with history, and it's still old school in there. I like that. I like the old school feel. So it was a fantastic experience, and I've been fortunate enough to play, I'd say, a number of times, 10 or more.
I've got to say, this could have been the venue, and I'm happy that it wasn't. Could have been the venue of your last game. There was great concern for an injured Sam Burgess here.
Yeah, that's right. Against St George, I think it was a dreadful day. The rain was pouring down, and it was early in the year as well, around 2 or 3. And there was fears that I'd broke my neck in that game. It was probably as scared as I've been, actually, from an injury or a bump, because I did feel a weird sensation and lost a bit of feeling down my arm. But thankfully it wasn't to be. But I remember, you know, I'll never forget. From that moment, you obviously get put in a brace, you're in an ambulance, and you're off you go, and you don't move until you get the all clear. So I didn't move since that moment for so long. So it's quite terrifying, and you know, yeah, I can only, well, I can't imagine what some players have been through in that situation.
From that game, that is also quite famously in the career of GI. That's the field goal attempt on full time with South down by 2.
The game comes down to one final play. Here it is. Inglis is going for a field goal. He's had a Terry Lamb moment.
Yeah. When did you find out that this incredible thing had happened?
Maybe a day later or something.
Yes.
I mean, we didn't get finished up until early hours of the morning. It actually might be then. My brother Luke went to get me a big bucket of KFC. I was starving. Yeah, and he brought the KFC. He brought the KFC into the what's it called? ICU.
Yeah.
Intensive care. Into the intensive care unit.
Yeah.
So they were a bit worried about bringing the food in there, but it was 3 o'clock in the morning or something. They brought me that in. I think Luke showed me on his phone. It said, "I hope this cheers you up," and showed me the video. But I think Greg was a bit surprised at himself for doing it as well. So
now we are a rugby league show, but I do have to ask you about a cricket experience you've had here, and again, it's not necessarily a sporting highlight.
Yes.
Tell me the story.
Well, so it was the 2013-14 Ashes. My cricket tragic, and Midway through 2013, I'd organised a corporate suite, actually. It was just up here.
Nice.
Just a little box
What
there.
a host. What a great plan.
And I thought, I'll get a box of 12, OK? And I'll go 6 Pommies, 6 Aussies.
Beautiful.
And we'll have some banter.
Yeah.
So I put it out there early in the year.
Series on the line.
Yeah,
it'll
we're
be a
on.
great test.
It's the last test. You know,
Yes.
we're going to be up 3-1 or whatever. Anyway, we got here with 4-0 down.
Yes.
So I was, hiding to nothing. And I was the first one here by myself. I struggled to fill the 6 English seats, which is terribly embarrassing.
Yes.
So we probably had more Aussies than we did Pommies, but probably what made the day better than anything else was I was sat behind the Richard Benoits.
Right.
And throughout the whole day, there was 300 Richard Benoits below us, and we were playing sort of drinking games. They were telling me to scull, I was telling them to scull, and I think by 3 o'clock the security came into our suite and said, you got to stop telling those guys to stop sculling beers. Although we're going to have to start kicking them all out. They're all so drunk. So, but it was a great day, great atmosphere, and regardless that we were 4-0 down and ended up being 5-0 down by the end of it, it was just a wonderful experience to watch an Ashes game at the SCG.
Well, there you go. What a chat it's been. We've talked about some not so great moments. Apart from that first game, it's been,
Look,
setback after setback after setback.
I don't like to look at it like that. They're not so great, but they're also quite great.
That's right. It is a great
We're
game.
lucky enough to play in the SCG and watch an Ashes game here. And now here I am sat with Vossy, the greatest caller of all time.
Stop it, Lord. Let's just breathe in the air then.